Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Many parts of the valley woke this morning to a fresh layer of snow on the ground. It's the start of our transition into a snowy season. Let's head on over to Summer Schnellbach to see if there's more on the way. Summer?
It's October, you're right, it is that transition time of the year. And we do have more snow on the way, but for today, we are settled. We are finished for today. I want to start off with a time lapse of the snow that moved through Fargo. You can see it became almost heavy at times, reducing visibility from time to time. But by around lunchtime, we started to clear things out and melt the snow. And here's the track of the snowfall as it moved through overnight and through the first half of our day. That moderate band of snow ended up being just a little bit farther south than we anticipated. So Fargo actually ended up with a little bit more snow than Grand Forks. Park Rapids, Minnesota measured 4 inches of snow, 3 inches in Callaway, Minnesota, 2.1 in Edgeley, 2 inches in Oberon, North Dakota, and 1 inch in Jamestown. But temperatures throughout the afternoon were warm enough to melt most of that snow, but now temperatures are falling into the 20s for some and 30s for others. And we are seeing some clear skies, more clouds are on the way overnight, and I do have a couple more chances of snow in the 7-day forecast. I'll let you know when.
All right, thank you so much, Summer. The search continues tonight for a gunman who sent another man to the hospital in a Moorhead drive-by shooting last night. Police are looking for a silver or blue sedan that was seen driving off right after shots were fired. It happened in the 900 block of 23rd Avenue South. No word on who the victim is or how he's doing. The same goes for the motive and the gunman. Thanks to the quick actions of neighbors, the victim was alert and responsive when officers arrived.
Yeah, and he put a tourniquet around his leg and all that, and nobody over there knew what they were doing, but I'm guessing everybody was just terrified and frightened. As soon as you heard the shots, then it was tires squealing down the road.
Anyone with information about this shooting should call Moorhead Police. North Dakota's Indian Affairs Commission Executive Director Scott Davis has been placed on administrative leave with pay. Davis is under investigation for allegations of misconduct. In a statement, Governor Doug Burgum said the state takes allegations of misconduct very seriously. State Labor Commissioner Erica Thunder will serve as interim Indian Affairs Commissioner pending the outcome of the investigation. This morning, the Red River Valley SWAT team was called to the 4200 block of 19th Avenue South in Fargo. Fargo police say a perimeter was set up and a search warrant was served. Officials are not offering any additional information at this time. Following a deadly crash that we first told you about on Friday, officials have now identified the people involved. 75-year-old Dennis Marthy and 76-year-old Jeanette Arnold are dead after their van crashed into a semi just before 10 yesterday morning. Authorities say Arnold didn't stop at the intersection of Cass County Road 20 and Cass County Road 17. A third person in the van, 80-year-old Rita Wentz, was life-flighted to Sanford. The driver of the semi was not hurt. The victims were from Rugby, North Dakota. North Dakota Highway Patrol is pleading drivers to slow down today. A deputy pulled over a vehicle going 107 miles per hour in a 70 mile per hour zone. As temperatures drop, road conditions can become dangerous as snow or ice can coat the roads. Thousands of people gathering in downtown Washington and cities nationwide this afternoon for the Women's March. A large part of that movement is protesting the Supreme Court nomination of Judge Amy Coney Barrett, as well as building momentum to vote President Donald Trump out of the White House. In all, nearly 430 marches are planned in cities across all 50 states. March organizers say over 116,000 people have pledged to take part.
This is what the power of everyday women and our allies looks like, and we are the people who are changing this country every day.
After hearing from several speakers, the crowd marched around the U.S. Capitol building and ended the march at the mall. A smaller group of demonstrators took part in what's being called a text-a-thon event to urge women across the country to vote. Thousands of Women March volunteers have already texted more than 4 million women voters and aim to send 5 million texts by the end of today. In-person walks were planned in Minot, Bismarck, Fargo, and Grand Forks, but due to rising COVID-19 cases in the state, those events were combined and made into a virtual Zoom meeting. Speakers from across North Dakota spoke on issues such as access to health care and concerns over the Supreme Court justice replacement. Organizers say their main focus will be encouraging women to vote. 1 month ago, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services unveiled new guidelines for nursing home visits. The State Human Services Department said if they adopt the new measures, most long-term care facilities would have their indoor visitations taken away. This week, 195 of North Dakota's nursing facilities has indoor visitation for families, and all others have outdoor visitations. But according to DHS Director Chris Jones, if the state adopts the CMS guidelines as is, only 12 facilities would have indoor visits, adding that DHS is working with CMS about reducing those restrictions.
Balancing COVID-19 safety and visitation restrictions with the well-being of residents in long-term care and other congregate living settings is an urgent priority for North Dakota.
Jones added that facilities are largely under their own control for allowing certain types of visits, not the state government. However, North Dakota and the federal agency can't reach a deal over the new guidelines. Some facilities risk losing federal aid. You're never too old for a lemonade stand, and you're never too young to make a difference. This 8-year-old Langdon boy is proof of that. He's rallying the community to make sure his favorite ski resort stays afloat this winter. When Max Mostad learned Frost Fire in Walhalla was on the verge of closing, he told his mom he wanted to have a lemonade stand to raise money. Now he's giving a $9,000 check to the resort, and people will get to enjoy another season.
Tell me about your lemonade stand this time.
I rose $9,000 and I had bars and lemonade. Like, people are awesome for supporting me.
If you're interested in donating to Frostfire, we have links on our website. Download the VNL News app. With winter coming and the first flakes already falling across the valley, area police and city officials remind everyone to pay extra attention to parking on the streets. Make sure not to block any sidewalks or alleyways. Also, as snowplows begin to clear the roads this season, be mindful and park off of the streets when possible to ensure that more of the streets can be cleaned. 40 women from all over the valley are sharing their stories in an effort to empower women to love their bodies. It's being made possible with the help of a local photographer. Valley News Team's Courtney Lockie shows you how they're coming together to make it happen.
At 61 years old, participating in a boudoir photo shoot was something Pam Woolman says she never imagined doing. Yet here she is, getting a first look at her pictures and sharing what led her to get behind the camera.
My first marriage wasn't I got 3 beautiful kids out of it, but I got a lot of black and blue marks, and so then after that I felt like I was worthless.
Woolman says self-esteem is something she's always struggled with and is sharing her story in hopes of uplifting others.
You are in charge of yourself. It's kind of empowering, actually.
She's the first of 40 women. Bethany Jose is the owner at Artography, and she's using her camera to reflect the beauty of women in the valley.
To give women my age or in my age demographic a voice. Because I feel that once you hit the age of 40, we do become a little bit invisible, and I wanted to change that.
Jose says learning to love ourselves is one of the hardest jobs we have. She's working with Catalyst Medical Center to achieve her mission.
I think we are also so hard on ourselves. It's hard for us to see our own beauty, and I really think that Bethany helps us see what others see.
The shoot takes all day. Professionals take care of your hair and makeup, and Jose has a wardrobe for all sizes.
It doesn't matter what size you are, you know, what you look like.
I want them to get kind of in their own mind about stripping back all those negative self-talk.
After seeing a positive response from the 40 Over 40 project, Jose is going to do a spin-off, this time for women of all ages. Her goal is the same: celebrate the beautiful vessels we've been given. In West Fargo, Courtney Lockie, Valley News Live.
The photo shoot costs $350, makeup, hair, and wardrobe included. To learn more about the mission and how you can get involved, download the VNL News app. Later on Valley News Live at 6, the type of blood you have could impact your risk of COVID-19 infection. But first, a look at your forecast as the week ahead brings more chances of snow.
Many areas are